Are we live? Are we? Come on. Oh, so Facebook, we are good to go. And YouTube, we are good to go. My camera looks a bit skewy, which is a bit of a pain in the neck. So good evening, everybody. Yes, it's Tuesday and not Monday because I was flying home last night. I don't know about the tall. I'm definitely tanned. I'll take the young and handsome, Hope. Thank you. I'll tell you all about it. It's a nice, easy card so we can have a proper catch-up. It feels like I've never been away, I've got to be honest. It's been very full-on today. It's like I've never been away. So good evening, everybody. Right, there's too many of you for me to try and catch up on. But I have had a fabulous time. Thank you very much. It flies though. The first week it feels like you're going to be there forever, and then this. Why is my camera skew with? My camera's been on holiday as well. We're all skew with. You'll have to put up with it because I can't change it now. Oh, thank you very much. It's nice to be, well, no, yeah, but no, but it's nice to be back, but I could have done with another fortnight, to be honest, but there you go. But back to normal, back to reality. I've never stopped working since the minute I got up, and here we are again, back to normal. Honestly, when we got off the, so let me, I'll tell you a few stories, just thank you. I'll tell you a few stories just while we wait for everybody to get logged in. Thank you very much. I've had a lovely break. I'm just reading some of the comments, bear with me. Did you read, Saz has just said, did you read it? Hi Di, did you read any more of your book? That'll be a no. And I'm furious with myself because it's a bit of a tradition that I always take two of my Harry Potter books. I've read them all before, but it's a bit of a tradition that I always take two of my Harry Potter books so that I can read them while I'm away, because I never have time to read whilst I'm at home. Anyway, it was just too nice. It was just too nice to be reading. So 68 pages is where I got to. Yeah, I've got my PJs on. I've got to be honest, when I got home last night, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but it's always freezing on the planes. It's always absolutely Baltic on the plane. So I put my jumper on whilst I was on the plane. I've learned over the years to always pack a jumper in the hand luggage. So I put my jumper on and I didn't even take it off till I went to bed last night. It was freezing when we got off the plane. Absolutely freezing. When you go from mid 30 degrees to whatever it was when we landed last night, minus 12. Oh, Pam, that would be telling. Thank you, Linda. I was sunbathing a lot. So I was. Well, I've read them all already, but I do love to read. I do love to read my Harry Potter books whilst I'm away, but it never happened. So you never know. There might be another holiday. I might need another holiday just to go and read my books. How about that? But yes, it was fabulous. The weather was glorious. Where we stay, obviously, we've stayed there a few times now, so that was beautiful. It was actually too hot for me. It was actually too hot for me, even for me, in the afternoon. So between like 2 and 4, 2 and 5, it was too hot for even me. But do you know what? It was lovely. It was lovely to have a bit of a break. It was lovely to get some sunshine, and it was lovely to just calm down. The funny thing with holidays is it always takes me 4 or 5 days to go from super busy like this all the time and then just slow down and change the pace. So yeah, it always takes me about 5 days for my brain and my brain to slow down. And then of course you're halfway through your holiday. So anyway, It was marvellous, thank you very much. I'm glad you missed me. I know the team have done a fabulous job whilst I've been away because I have been keeping tabs. Have you got any white bits? I've got a little white bit there. And I can't show you the other white bit. Because we might be kicked off Facebook. I'm going on in 2 weeks, so I hope you've left. Going to Tenerife, Brenda. It was absolutely beautiful. The day we left yesterday, just after lunch, and it was cloudy yesterday, but it was absolutely roasting. Heckle, yeah. Yeah, they did do a good job, Kay. They absolutely did. So you can see obviously I'm quite brown. You'll see the rest when I'm on telly next Wednesday. Hi Nicholas, hi Margaret, hi Anne. So good evening everybody. I've not spoken to already. I'm always cold even in the summer heat. I do not like air conditioning. Oh bless him. Next holiday we'll have to. Well, the funny thing is, Di on YouTube is just saying the next holiday will have to be for 3 weeks, so I get a 2-week break. Hi Rob. And I really wished we'd bought somewhere there, because we would probably get the use of it now. But when I looked at the kind of places I want to stay in and the kind of properties I want, they were all over $1 million. So that won't be happening. But 3 weeks might be doable. 3 weeks might be doable. Cheeky David. Thanks, Sharon. Hi, Jasmina. Right, so so a couple of stories. I won't tell you all of them, but going on the plane. So it's always a bit of an experience for me flying normal planes. I've got my coffee. I've missed this. I did take a jar of coffee with me, but it doesn't taste the same when you're away, does it? And then when I got back last night, I'd already, because we have a milkman, I'd already asked the milkman to deliver yesterday morning, so I knew we would have some milk on the doorstep when I got back. But the first coffee when you get home, or tea, it never tastes the same, does it? I have, Sharon, I have, but evening from Prague, I love Prague. Absolutely love Prague. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah, so going when we pre-book our seats, I always book the aisle seat and the middle seat and hope that nobody books the window seat. So on the way going, nobody did. It was marvellous. On the way coming back yesterday, it was absolutely packed on the plane. Somebody had booked the window seat. And of course, we'd got a family behind us with 2 babies, 2 kiddies that never stopped screaming and shouting. And I'm like, oh, come on. Why can't they just put all the people with babies in one section on the plane? And they can all scream together in one area of the plane. I know it's on my list, Jasmina. I promise you it's on my list. And I'm like, oh, come on. I know they've got to go on holiday, but please put them all in one place on a plane. Anyway. So by the time, luckily I got my earpods in, but I did have a bit of a headache when we landed. You can only listen to so much music and watch so much on your iPad before it starts to get on your nerves. But we did get back a bit earlier than planned, a bit earlier than scheduled. So that was a bonus. Anyway, it's nice to be back. Like I say, I've had 1,000 things to do today. It honestly just feels like I've never been away. But onwards and upwards. Yeah, it's different, Sue. So when you go, earplugs, yeah. So adult-only flights, what a cracking idea. I'm going to suggest that. I think that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, the difference between, I don't know what kind of plane you'll get on an 8-hour flight. So when we used to go on all our lovely exotic holidays that were all like 11, 12 hours, the planes are bigger. So you you can get more comfortable than you can on these ones. Oh, does it? I know. I never even thought about that. Yeah. And I think that's probably true as well, because it always makes my ears pop. But still, one section for families and one section for couples and singles. No, they don't do it, Sandra. They don't do it. It's shocking. Buy an airplane. Anyway, so first one back, I thought let's do something simple. And obviously I've spoken to Karen and we've tried to put you some little deals together with what I'm using. So we are really doing clean and simple in the truest sense of the word. And using some things that I've just forgotten about. So I'm going to try and get done a little bit earlier because I'm starving and I'm exhausted. And I've only unpacked one case. We did get told off because the big case was overweight. They didn't charge us, so I'll give Jet2 the dues. They didn't charge us for one being quite a bit overweight. Which is bizarre because we never really bought much while we were away, but there you go. Packed it, and I've come back with less toiletries than we went with, but the big case was heavier. Work that one out, because I can't. You can get comfy in first class. Absolutely you can. I can tell you that much. You can actually sleep, and if you go on the big planes that take you to Thailand and places like that, you can actually lay down and make them into a bed. 1 mil to go alongside your 3 Lambos. I wish. You know I'm desperate for an Aston Martin. Anyway, so we're doing the top fold card. I'll tell you more about things as we go along. So remember, I'm back on Hobby Maker next Wednesday. There will be a slight change to the schedule in December. So the every other Wednesday will be a little bit cocked up in December because obviously I won't do one in between Christmas and New Year because that's when we have our online workshop. I have got a date somewhere, but I don't know where I've put it. So keep an eye on social media and I will let you know. Yeah, maybe there is a stowaway. It might be some of the drink from the hotel room that did it. So I will let you know as soon as I find where I've written it down because I've got loads and loads of notes all over my desk. So yeah, the shows in December are a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but I will tell you all about that when we get closer. On the return flight, despite the attempts, ask the person in front of me refused to give me. Oh, that's shocking, Fran. That's awful. People can be inconsiderate. I think my dirty looks to the people behind me made a point. Anyway, that was it. The holiday was fabulous. I just wish they made it warmer on planes because I don't recall it ever being that cold on planes. But these Jet2 planes are absolutely freezing. So if you're flying with Jet2, take a blanket. As I said to the stewardess, you should really have them for people. I think they do it because it's the recycled air, but it was absolutely freezing. So all I did was sniffle most of the way home. Right, so good evening to everybody who has just joined us. Yeah, Aston Martin, to go with the surname. It's on my wish list. It's been on my wish list for many years. Child-free flights, amazing. I'll just put them all at the back or all at the front or all in the middle. I don't care. Just don't put them near me. Anyway, so I'm using quite a few bits. I know they've got to go on holiday, but I've got to say this as well, and then I'm going to stop moaning about it. You saw the temperature on a few of the days was like 35, 36 degrees. It was really, really, really hot with no breeze or anything. And I love the heat and I absolutely love the sunshine. But you know, when I see, and I get it, people have got to go on holiday, they want to go away. But you know, when you've got babies, in that kind of heat. I'm like, that can't be very nice for them. Anyway, no, that's it. Enough said. Let's get on with the card. Oh, I've got them on already. So I'm going to change to my working glasses after I've cleaned them, because they've not been cleaned, as per usual. That's right, Anna. Yeah, because of the cold. It's absolutely freezing. It's like if I had a blanket, I'd just wrap myself up in it. And I'm sure they should provide them on the planes, or at least let you buy one. I just feel sorry for the parents. Oh, I've missed something. So obviously there's been... I'm not going to get into the whole create and craft conversation. And I won't have that in the Facebook group either. So don't post anything in the Facebook group, because I'll just delete it. It's all ultimately, I left for the reasons I told you all about when I actually left. So I didn't know at that stage that things were going to happen the way that they have. However, I find it really, really sad. It's really sad that Create and Craft has been with us for a long, long, long time, in lots of guises, lots of names, and now it looks like it's going to be lost unless a new investor comes, but it's highly unlikely. So ultimately I find it really sad for the suppliers, for the staff, and for just about everybody. Oh, sorry, I'm choking. That's me talking already. I haven't spoken this much for a week. Right, so let's crack on with this demo. So we're going to do a top fold card. And I'm using one of the big backgrounds. Now I couldn't decide which one to use. So Karen, bless her, has tried to work around me. But I'm going to use the cogs and gears. So we have done a discount on just about everything that I'm using tonight, because that's what we do now for you on our Monday lives. We do a little bit of a discount on just about everything. Let me get a drink. My throat's really dry. Yeah, I feel... Well, obviously, Doreen, I know a lot of the people there. I know a lot of the staff, a lot of the background staff, the office staff, and obviously the presenters. And it's just sad. But that's all I'm going to say on it, because we're here to have a good time and obviously have some... Oops. Yeah, absolutely hope. Phill, you can ask the cabin crew to turn the heat up in the cabin. It's done from the flight deck. Well, I'll remember that next time. Yeah, I don't let people kick my seats, Audrey. I'd turn around and let them know. Yeah, I did last time, Hillary, to be honest. Hi, Jan. Thank you. I did have a lovely time. Thank you very much. I've not talked this much for a fortnight, so let's see whether I lose my voice or not. Hi, Hazy Babe, are you better? So Karen's popped the link on already that's got the things that I'm using tonight on. The discount is automatic, so it will be applied automatically. And you can see I've got loads and loads of bits all over the place. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and it's true. So tonight I thought, let's have a change. So I'm using the Cool Anthracite. So we're doing a bit more of a masculine type card, but we're going to do it as a well done card rather than a happy birthday or the normal things. So we've got Lustre Card, and we have got 2 layers that are going to be stamped with the cogs and gears. Now I'm going to just show you this, because if you remember, I designed these. Here's my voice going already. I designed these to be journal pages, if you remember. But I'm actually not going to use it in the portrait orientation. I'm going to use it in the landscape, which basically then gives me all that space without using the perforation part to create a background with. And I'm going to do this on my platform, and we are going to heat emboss. So we are doing a more, I hate using that term masculine, but we are doing a more masculine style card because there are no flowers, but we are going to introduce a little bit of bling. And the bling will be introduced in the format of the Cosmic Black embossing powder, twinkling embossing powder. So if I just show you this, I'm going to give you a couple of tips as well. So this is the Cosmic Black twinkling embossing powder. One of my biggest tips for you, you may have heard me say this before, but when you're using a twinkling embossing powder, my top tip would be to use a coloured ink that matches the embossing powder that you're using. So in this case, because I'm using black, I've got Nocturne Versifying Clair. And what that does is it stops, if you've got any gaps, I'm just trying to get that on the 2. If you have any gaps in the embossing powder when you're melting it, it won't show. So it will make it look like you, sorry, I'm on the wrong 2. It will make it look like you are a marvellous heat embosser. So I'm going to the 0. No, I'm not. I'm going to 1.5. So this will determine how high you want your border. Now I only want to go 3/4 of the way, which is why I stopped myself when I realised, which was good. So remember, we've got stripes, we've got lines in this. Let me see if I can go a little bit. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to come down a bit further. That's not giving me enough. So I'm on the 1 now, loosely on the 1. And it means now I can get the stamp into the stamping platform. So I don't know whether you can see. I can just see the faint lines of the stamp. Let me see if I can show you that. So you can see I've used the lines in the stamp as a rough guide. And honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much if this moves. So remember, when you're using a big stamp, particularly because I can't secure this bottom half of the card, so roll it off. So instead of just lifting the door up, the shelf up, whatever you call it, the lid, just roll it up. So hold it down and roll it up. And we are going to ink this with the Nocturne. And the only reason I've done this on the platform is because I know I want to use the embossing powder. And I might need to go in twice. Let's see. Let's see. The versifiers are particularly good for this kind of detail in a stamp. So just stand up to do this. Jackie, I did notice that you sent a request to join the Facebook group again, and I didn't know whether it was genuine or not, so I didn't do anything with it. Because, as you know, Facebook and people being hacked and what have you. Oh, that's marvellous. Love this stamp. Oops, we can't do it again because it definitely moved that time. So before I stamp the next one, I am going to just put the embossing powder on. So you can see the lines are now vertical as opposed to horizontal. And we'll put the embossing powder on and then just do the other one. Always shake the twinkling embossing powders because they do have a combination of different powders in them. No anti-static bag, I never bother. Not with the twinkling ones. Oh, you can see that already. So let's just pop that to one side. I'll put this back in there. So the black twinkling embossing powder, just so you know, it's got little flecks of silver in it. So it's black with little flakes of silver. It's lush. And then let's just repeat that with the other stamp. Now, had I have had the sense... Oops, I've just knocked half of that powder off. Welcome back, Phill. So I'll go to the 1.5 again. I'll try and line it up, but I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried if it doesn't. So that will do. So obviously I'm doing the front and I'm doing the inside, so it doesn't really matter if it's not perfect. I know, words you never thought I'd say, but it will be fine. I did notice there were no craft shops in Tenerife, or if there are, I couldn't find any. And I also noticed that my favourite shopping centre was closed for renovations, so that saved me a bit of money. Although I did find the Hugo Boss shop just purely by looking for it. Right, so let's just do this one as well. The twinkling embossing powders are absolutely beautiful, and I'll be honest with you, I don't use them nearly enough. And I should do, because I think we've got 12, we've either got 12 or 18 really beautiful colours. Yeah, it's a bit shorter, but that'll be fine. And we've all got loads and loads of ink pads now, so there's really no excuse. There's really no excuse not to be using the twinkling embossing powders. Like, I know that there's one called Peridot, which I absolutely love. And there's a blue one, I can't remember what it's called, but it's absolutely stunning. So that's going to be my mission for next year, to bring them out more often. So I'll just pop that. We are going to heat these up first before I move on to the next stage. And it's really, really subtle, and I think that's why I like it. It's sparkly, but it's not in your face bling bling. It's really elegant. So let's get the heat gun plugged in and do this first. So what can I unplug? I can unplug my phone for 5 minutes, I'm sure. So twinkling embossing powders, there is a little bit of a knack to when it's melted and when it hasn't. So I'm going to try and show you this. It's quite difficult on a screen, but basically what will happen, I'll start at the top, and I'm going to do this from above instead of below. It doesn't matter whether you do this from above or from below, but what you'll notice is that the colour goes a little bit duller but more sparkly, and that's when you know it's melted. So I don't know whether you heard that. I'm using I'm going to move on to the high speed, but generally I would use the... Oh, there you go, Linda, good taste. So I would normally do this on the low speed, but I will do it on the high speed. Coloured okay, different to the embossing powder colour. I wouldn't, Fran. I would try and find one that's similar. It doesn't have to be identical because that you just won't be able to find it. But I would keep it to one the same. So you'll notice when this is melted, it's more spark. Oh, Lozzie's just put it. It's more twinkle. It twinkles more when it's done. Soft azure. I love the azure. It's like a turquoise colour. Right, let me get on with it. So I would normally do this on the low speed, but I'm going to try and get it so that you can see it change. It's a bit tricky on the camera, but you might just be able to see this big one, look. It's got more sparkly. And that's when you know it's done. You can almost see more silver than black. And it melts very, very quickly. That's it. It melts much quicker. If I wiggle that, there you go, look, you can just see now all the silver in there. It melts much quicker than regular embossing powder. And I think people have been fooled in the past thinking, oh, it's not melted. So they carry on and carry on and carry on, and then you scorch it so it doesn't sparkle. It's absolutely beautiful. So pop that to one side. I'm just going to do the other part. I'm just going to do this quicker. Oh, it's so pretty. Ow. Mind your fingers and thumbs. So you can see there, I follow the design of the stamp. Don't do any of this wafting business when you're melting embossing powder, because all you're doing is distributing the heat and it'll take 10 times longer. So just follow the stamp and you'll see it change. It's easier. So now I know that heat embossing cardstock will always do this, which drives me absolutely scatty. So you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to mist the back of them and chuck them underneath my mat. So I'm just misting some water on the back. And then I'm popping them underneath my guillotine. And that just flattens it all out for you. I can't bear it. You spend all that time doing a lovely emboss technique. Oops. Oh, that one might be a bit battered when it comes back out. Spend all that time doing a lovely embossing powder background, and then it kinks the card. Right, so clear the little bit of glitter up, and we will move on to the star. So I've used the Charm Star. Now I can't quite believe that we've got any of these left. So if you only treat yourself to, I know there's only about 18, I think Karen said. So just to give you a little heads up, once these have gone, I won't restock. The original charming is done. Once they've gone, they have gone. So I think I've got mine here somewhere. Oh no, I haven't. Oh, I have. They're here, look. They're here, look. So the original Charm Stars, once they've gone, they have gone. Now I've used a combination as you would expect. So I've used a combination of the largest scallop one with its nesting die, so the one that sits on top. Now remember, these will only fit in one direction. So if you try to do it like that, for example, you can see it doesn't fit. It will only fit in the right direction. That doesn't fit. So it will only fit when you've got it laid up properly. Yeah? So I'm not going to do anything to this. I'm leaving that plain white. Oh, well, you might be happy next year. What size mil are the spray bottles? Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're about as big as my hand, Fran. But we got these because they are a really fine mist. Right, so let's just get some of this. I'm going to put this on foam tape. That's going to bug me. And I've run this through the quintessentially quilted embossing folder. Quintessentially quilted. Just remember, you need to make sure the pattern's going in the right direction. So when you put it through your embossing folder, just make sure that you've got the right orientation. Otherwise it'll look odd. Here we go. A little bit in the middle. And then I'm just going to check. I think I know which part it is. I've got a crease at the top, look, so I know that's the right one. So it's a very simple card, clean and simple in the truest sense of the word, but clean and simple doesn't mean it has to be boring. And a little bit of glue. 50ml, thanks Emma. Or you can tell I've not used this for a few weeks, look. All I've done is been at the computer all day today. All day. Back to normal. So just stand up to do this so I can get it in the right place. Oh, I love these dies. I love stars anyway on cards. And I love that we've got the layering. Look how fab that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? And the anthracite card is beautiful. Right, so we've got one of the smaller ones, and this is going to have our well done sentiment on. So I just need to make sure I've got it. Well, actually, that is the right way up. So I'm using one of the verse stamps from the Doodah verses, from the essential verses, and I've just moved that. Marvellous. Does that look right? That looks right. So I'm just going to choose one of the little sentiments. So rather than doing happy birthday, oh, you are the best, let's have that. And I'm not going to use the embossing powder on this. I just want the embossing powder on the background. You are the best. I'll stand up to stamp this so that I can see where I'm going. Let's just pop that in the middle. You are the best. I tell you what, I can't believe how long my hair is. Does the sun make your hair grow quicker? I had it cut 2 days before we flew. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? And honestly, I could tie pigtails in it. The ladies on the street were trying to put braids in it. I've got no wipes. Where would you be? I'll have to do that later. I've got no baby. I've got no wipes. Wet wipes in my room. Shocking. I'll put it on the outside. And then for the inside, I've done the same. I've just done a little matte and layer with the anthracites and white cards so that I can actually get the verse on there. And that's what I'm going to do next. Oops. Oh, sugar. That was a magnet somewhere. Honestly, if you're watching for the first time, I do know what I'm doing. I promise you. I promise I know what I'm doing. But my brain's still in Tenerife. Right, so let me just give you a tip, everybody, for matting and layering with the top fold cards. So where is my card? Here you are. So, top tip so that you can get this done properly instead of trying to guess the sizes. So as I was going down the sizes, so I know my card is 14.5 by 21. So my first layer is 14 by 20.5. The white layer, which I've just embossed onto. So the white layer is 13.5 by 20. So all I did when I was doing the matting and layering is I took the same amount of numbers off from each side. So I think this is 3 centimeters shorter on the width and the height, and it just keeps it more symmetrical. It balances it a bit better. Oh, that's lovely, Fran. I've got to say I'm loving it there. But I knew I would. I knew I would enjoy it there as soon as I first met them. So it's nice that you're all enjoying it too. So we're going to stamp the Woohoo verse. And again, I'm not going to emboss this. I just want the background with that little bit of sparkle. So I love this sentiment. So this is going to go straight in the middle. And I do also know that these verses have all but gone as well. So put that straight in the middle. And just stamp that in black. Oh, Karen's on with the links. Let me just flick over to the tube because I've neglected you. Oh, there we go. Oh, now that's interesting, Brianna, because I've had an email from a shop in New Zealand. And I've also got a friend there. Is that you? Is that you watching me? Tell me if it is. Because I've had an email from a shop in New Zealand. It came whilst I was on holiday. I can't remember what they were called. I'm too old for that, Sue. So let's just get this stamped up. Once should be enough, actually. Welcome back to the squeaky chair. Oh, look how fab that is. Wow. So it says, well done, oh, woohoo. I knew you'd go far. There's no stopping you now. You're a big superstar. Love that. Love it. Can't clean the stamp because I haven't got any wipes, which is just shocking. I don't know where they are. So, Brianna56ism, you need to tell me if you are who I think you are. You might be, you might not be. Right, so let's just get this popped on. I'm not doing anything around the edges. We've got a couple of jobs still to do. So this will be the most simple, the simplest, most simple, simplest. Either works. But this will be the most simple card you see me make this year. So let's just pop that on and pop that to one side. Okay, now we've got a couple of the charmed borders here. Oh, actually, no, I need to do the other bit first. I need to get these on first. So let me just get this on and shoved underneath the mat. I knew I'd bent this one. It's not answering, so I don't know if it is. So let me just tell you in case you're all thinking I've gone doolally. I've got a friend in New Zealand with a very similar name to Brianna. And I'm just wondering if that is her. So that's on under the mat. And then the same on the other piece. Never too old. No, we don't drink, so in fact, if I'm honest with you, the only time I do drink is probably when I'm away, and it's only beer. I'm not really a drinker. Although I have had quite a few. I have had quite a few on holiday. I can't deny it. I cannot deny it. Hi, Joanne. Not to worry. I'll do a recap in a bit. I want to know why you always put a reduction on things. I've just... Sorry, Wendy. Sorry, Wendy. Yeah, they do die. You can do back to back with the start any of the snowflake charmed ones, really. Do them back to back and create a dimensional embellishment. Right, so just whilst we wait for that, we've got some work to do, and I didn't think we'd got any of these left, so a little bit of a treat for you. And they're dirt cheap anyway, I think, these. But these little dinky, I know I have got a bigger set of these in one of the celebration stamps, but these little dinky ones are perfect for going straight onto there. Now I am going to be brave and fussy cut them out, so I'm going to do the larger one, and I know that I need 3 for the front and 2 for the inside, so I need to stamp 5 of these. These little stamp sets are a godsend. They're worth the weight in gold. Love all the arrows, love the bunting, love the little embellishments, and I love the fact that you've got all flourishes and stuff in there as well. So get yourself an absolute bargain with these. I am going to fussy cut them. I know it's either brave of me or stupid. We'll soon find out. So I need 5 of these. I'm not colouring them. I'm leaving them as they are. But these go with just about anything that you're going to be making. And we're going to create a dimensional embellishment from them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I remember if you like to do dinky cards, you've got the smaller version as well. So I can't clean that because no wipes, which is shocking. So put these all to one side so that I don't lose them. Oops, not there, Phil. Funny story, I couldn't find one of the stamps that I wanted to use tonight. And I've looked everywhere in my room. Everywhere. So I've either left it somewhere or it's got mixed in with something else and I can't find it. Too lazy to fussy cut. Last time was such a rate. Oh, bless you. Dinky cards. I don't do dinky cards. This is probably as dinky as it gets. So I'm just going to really, really quickly fussy cut these. And it looks like they're going to be complicated, but they're not, because I'm going around the shape. Look, I'm not worrying about this being perfect because it won't matter. It's going to be blinged up in a minute. Blinged up? Blung up. Is there such a word as blung up? I think we've just invented a new word. This is going to be blung up within an inch of its life. Oh, look, that's judgment, Mr. Martin. Oh, my word. Anyway, Brianna 56-ish, you've not answered me yet. I'll see if you've WhatsApped me after I've finished tonight. So they are dead easy to do, look. So it won't matter about it being spot on because it's going to be glittered. So oops. So one blinged up. Yeah, made to dazzle does sound better than blung up. Although I quite like that, blung up. Trees, I was looking for my Christmas corner sentiment stamps today, still not found them. I can guarantee it does. I can guarantee you they'll be in a tub with something else. It's just that I've got that many now. It takes me too long to go through them all, and I lost the will. So let's just do this. I couldn't do dies with this set of stamps because there's about 60 different stamps in that set. Right. It'll be worth it. You'll see when I've finished that this is absolutely worth a little bit of effort. I love stamps that you can make embellishments with. You all know that. No one-track ponies here. Oops. There might be one that's missing a bit. It might be this one. So 1, 2. I find if as soon as you finish the job, I've done that 100 times. Let me just get a quick drink. Can you hear the chair squeaking? I promise you it is the chair. Oh God, definitely not, Saz. Not in my house anyway. There'll be none of that in my house. Oh, let me tell you this, another story just while I'm cutting out. So you know that next door's cat's more or less adopted us. Well, we've been worried about him all, I mean, they're miles away, but we've been worried about him all the time we've been away. Because last time when we got back, excuse me, he heard the car and came running up, but then he ignored us for a few days. Anyway, so we got back, pulled up last night. It wasn't too late, but I thought, oh, bless him, I bet he's sulking somewhere, and I bet he's starving and wafer thin. Anyway, it wasn't. He came running up to the car as soon as he heard the car, and he's stayed all night. He's been fed about 50 times. No, I'm exaggerating. But he's been fed a lot, and he's like, you're not going away again. So he's not fallen out with us this time. Yet. There's time yet. Bless him. It's funny, he's not even our cat, but I felt guilty leaving him. Okay, one more, and then we can get this put together and assembled. One, two, three, four. Last one before we all fall asleep watching. Sue hates fussy cutting. You've got to get on with it, Sue. You're missing out on all them fabulous stamps you've got that could be making embellishments. I'm rubbish at it, you know I am. But it's worth it when you can make your stamps work harder for you. Oops. This one was nearly a duo. Right, here we go. Last one. Right, so they're all done. And I'm quickly going to just glitter the dotty ones. So I'll do this now so that it can be setting while I'm putting the rest of the card together. So this is the last thing to go on. So let's just glitter the dotty ones. Oops. And of course I'm doing the string as well. That's why I didn't worry too much about shoddy cutting. Oh. Pretty, pretty. Obviously the glue is going to dry transparent, so we'll still get to see all the dots and everything. Oops. So I have got something new to show you next Monday. When I say something, I mean 3 things. So the show next Monday on Hobby Maker is new to them, but it isn't new to us, to those of you that have been with me for a while. However, there are 3 new things that I'm going to show you and let you buy next Monday. How good am I? And we've had them in the warehouse for about 3 weeks, I think. And I've been itching to show you. They came just before I went away. So 4 or 5 days before I went away, and obviously I didn't have time. I didn't have time to use them to show you, so that'll be a nice treat for next week. So let's get the let's just get this wiped up. Bear with me a sec. because I've got no wipes for some bizarre reason. I think they must be in my trolley from last time I was on telly. Right, so let's start putting this card together. That is the chair, honest. And that is the one that I dented. So we've got the two panels, slightly different in height, which really doesn't matter. And then we've got the two charmed borders. So I'm putting the charmed border at the top, and then hopefully I can make the other one fit as well. So this is just, let's do it on foam tape. Let's do it on tape. Let's make it raised. And I have got a little bit of white card just at the side of me. I'm just trying to get this lined up better. I want it to match. Yeah. And I am going to run the white card through it. So I've not done it beforehand, because I know that this will probably do both pieces. So rather than waste it, I can make it work for both borders. And then flip that over. So that is the front. And now you see I can make the inside more or less the same height. Not that it matters for the inside. So let's try and get as close to the top of that as we can. Make sure it's straight. Although we all know straight is overrated. And then the same with the white piece again. So this, the only reason I put the white strip on, and you know this is from bits of matting and layering. I keep all these strips, as you know. It just breaks up the colour from the bottom. So these little bits of card do serve a purpose. So we're going to put the inside in first. And we are going to find the card. So I'm going to put the inside in first. Just flat. I can't keep up with what you're saying to me, so I will read them all later when I've got a fresh coffee and reply accordingly. That's a bit skewy, but it'll be right. And then the front. Is it the stores? They have. Next Wednesday's show. Oh, I'm glad it's not just... Not our cat, but he does sulk. He hasn't this time yet. And I emphasise the word yet. So this is now going on the front. So clean and simple, but we've used lots of lovely techniques on this card. And I do love the gear stamp, the cogs and gears done vertically. Look how fab that looks when you do it vertical. So now we'll put the verse inside. So obviously I know that this is going over here, so I only need foam tape at the top and bottom. Just be aware when you're doing dimension on the inside of a folded card that it's not too thick. So I should just about get away with this because it's only one it's only one row of 2mm. So I'm going to pop another one about there. It's only one row of 2mm, so I'll get away with it. So I'll stand up to do this just so I can actually get this part straight. Got little bits of... And there's enough space, I don't know whether you've noticed, but there's actually enough space on the verse that I've put inside to actually write on. So now that's the same height as the border. And then back to the front, and we've got our star to go on. Now you all know me, I struggle with skew width, so I'm not going to do skew width because I can't do it. It's going on with glue jam. So I know which is the top. Oh, that's done well. I'm just trying to see where I need it. I'm going to do one bit across the middle. And as I said, I struggle with skew width, so this is going on straight up and down. Oh, it's a perfect fit for these cards. So we've got a little bit more raised dimension. It's perfect. And then the sentiment can go on. I'm not putting glitter on the sentiment. We've got enough glitter on this card with the little banners when they go on in a second. So it's clean, or as clean as my cards ever will be. I know you would all put glitter on this, and you could if you wanted to. I love these stars. Look at that. How gorgeous does that star look in the anthracite? Cool Anthracite Lustre Card. An embossed layer and then a stamped sentiment layer. It looks so good. And then I told you I know I need 3 for the front. It's not quite dry yet. So if I squash it, forgive me. So let's just wipe this off so I've got a clean cocktail stick. So I'm doing the 2 side ones first. Too much. It's tricky this because the glitter's not dry. Had I have done this earlier and the glitter was dry, it would be easier. But no, I'm making it harder for myself. Of course I am. So this one can go on first. And then the next one. Oh, sugar, I've just squashed that. Sorry, Bunty. I'm back one day and I've already squashed the bunty. Shocking. Oh, so funny. I was just going to say something, but I stopped myself before I did. Let me just take off some of that excess. There we go. And then on to the other side. Love these little stamps. And then obviously you know where the other ones go in. I think for me as well, Wendy's just said I love that. She was wondering what she was going to make herself next. So I'm glad I've given you an idea. But remember everybody, this card, I've done this clearly in... Oh, sugar, hang on. I've done this with the anthracite to make it a bit more monochrome. I'm not going to say masculine, I'm going to say monochrome. But you imagine using any of the big background stamps. So any of the big backgrounds will work with this card design, as will any of the charming dies. And it just means you've got loads and loads of versatility. Oops, I've just head-butted the camera. So let me just pop that in the centre. And you, I mean, I use that word a lot, the versatility. But this is something that I'm conscious of when I'm designing stamps and dies, that they're not just one-track ponies. Because who wants a stamp set that does one thing? Nobody does. So that's for the front. I'm going to carefully do the inside, and I'm just going to have one there and one there for the inside. So it's dead easy with this because you just need to get the angle right. I think that's one of mine. So let's just... I am doing it on all of them, I know, I'm sorry, but I don't want them sagging when it dries. Nobody wants saggy bunting. So I'm not sure how long the offers stay on for. Karen will know better than me. If it was up to me, I would say an hour. Because, you know, I'm trying to go an Aston Martin. But it's definitely worth getting these little things, because these are probably things that you wouldn't think of initially. So let me just give you a tip, because I've only got 2 for the inside. So for the inside, I need to make sure I can get 2 on. So I'm going just over, look. So it's just a little bit shy of the centre. Take some of that excess. That's better. And then the same for the other side. Oh, I love the bunting. It's a fabulous finishing touch. And then the only thing I'm going to put on now is some white pearls, and I'm only putting a couple on. So let me just clean this up in the absence of my wet wipes. I'll just back the camera again. So just a few little white pearls. Dead simple. But it looks good. So we'll have one there. One there. And we'll have the same. Oops. We'll have the same on the front so that it coordinates. And then Bob's your uncle. I won't say the other one, but we all know your aunt is. And there we have it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's a fabulous way to use the charming dies as well, because they will all fit on my A5 top fold cards. So all of the charming dies, even the octagon, will fit on these top fold card blanks. I'm covered in glue, which is just driving me mad. Hang on, let's do a close up. So you are the best. What a nice change as well to do something other than a birthday card. Oops, I never plugged my phone back in. So if it cuts out, that's my fault. There we go. And there we go. So we started with the A5 top fold card blank. So we know it's a top fold because the crease is at the top. We could have done it sideways on if you were so inclined. And it's literally a black ink pad, the Cosmic Black Twinkling Embossing Powder. And I would recommend, as I mentioned earlier, if you're using the it might have been Rob. It's quite possible. Oh, Karen's saying this is a weekly offer. So the offer for what I'm using this evening will be on the website until Sunday or until they sell out. If you haven't got the charmed stars, you need to be getting them sharpish, I know that much, and the charmed border, because I definitely won't be getting them again. Yeah, so my top tip is to use a coloured ink that is similar. So if I just grab another twinkling one, here we are, look. So here I've just picked up another one from my tub, which is the soft lavender, so the twinkling soft lavender. So I would probably go for a darker purple underneath that. Yeah, so something like, not Dusty Concord, what's the other one? Lilac, shaded lilac. So you could use shaded lilac distress oxide underneath that, or anything in that colour family, so lilacs and purples. Anyway, so that's the front of the card. The bunting really does finish it off. I'm resisting the urge to put pearls up there because it's not that kind of card. And then we've got the inside done as well. So super, super, super simple. Really easy to do, but look at that sparkle on the stamp. How gorgeous is that? And it's just enough. It's not in your face or anything. It's very elegant. And there you go. Whoop, whoop. And it's 8:20, which means I can go and eat something now. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's lovely to be back. Villainous Potion would work just as well, yeah. I love this background stamp. If I only had to have one, particularly if you're somebody who struggles with men's cards, boys' cards, masculine cards, the Cogs and Gears is one that I... Look at the state of this. I've got... I promise you I will clean this. The Cogs and Gears is a really useful one to have because it covers everything, really. Anyway, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I hope you've enjoyed that. We are going to do a little giveaway. Whoop, whoop. So somebody on YouTube and somebody on Facebook, photo for Saz. Hang on, let me raise it up a bit. What do I normally use? So tell me when you've done it, Saz, and I'll open it. So as ever, let me just do the I can't do the socials till I know the photos are done, because it'll come up on Saz's screen as well. Thank you. It's an easy peasy card, and you know as well as I do, if you were doing this in a bit more girly colours, you could really go to town with the glitter, the diamond dazzle and what have you. But I just thought for my first one back, let's do something really simple and easy. Simple and easy, but still looks fabulous. Have you done it, Saz? Done. They are then. Oh, let me get my brown hands in the shot. Oh, there you go. No, I'm kidding. All you see is brown hands and airy arms. And I did say arms. You done it? Don't make me laugh. Oh, I forgot to tell you off about that mankini image as well in the group. Whoever doctored it with my face, I thought it was absolutely awesome. But just so you know, for next time I'm on holiday, I don't do lime green. So you need to find me a mankini that's in either lemon or electric blue. Right, so let me just do the socials. So as ever, for anybody who is new to us, I apologise for all the chatter. But it is the first one back after a few weeks, so there was a lot to catch up on. So if you haven't yet, please do like and follow the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, and that's where you'll find it. The shop's Facebook page, and that's where you will find it. My Facebook page, my Instagram, my TikTok, my whatever they're calling it these days, the one that you tweet on. And obviously, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then just 2 more things to tell you, and then we will choose our winners. So our Facebook group, if you haven't yet asked to join, you will find our Facebook group by searching for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. You do need to accept my rules when you request to join. If it tells me that you haven't accepted the rules, it will just decline it. And there was something else, but I forgot what it was. It was the blog, and there it is. So there is the blog as well, so you can get signed up for that as well. That's all free. Everything's free, even the inspiration is free. I'm just not a free friend. Leopard print, that's a good idea. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure what to do for the giveaway. Sister dear, give me an idea. Putting you on the spot. They did. Thank you, Wendy. I'm just see if Karen gives me an idea of what I can do for the giveaway. So just while she's choosing for me. Oh, I know what you could do. Do the other stamp set, Mel. That goes with the little ones. Do that stamp set for me with the textures on it. Yeah. So somebody from YouTube will win a set of these, and somebody from Facebook will as well. So if your name is drawn, you know the drill by now. You need to send me a private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with your name and address, and a reminder that you've won the textures stamp set. Now I've decided now, because it's good to have both of them. So the textures stamp set. So good luck everybody on YouTube. I'm doing you first. Aren't you lucky? So here we go. And unfortunately, if you're on the design team, you can't win. So sorry, Saz. So good luck everybody. And my mouse has stopped on Judith Estrop. Apologies if I've pronounced your name wrong. So Judith Estrop, congratulations. You've won yourself a set of the little texture stamps. Name, address, reminder of what you've won in a private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, please. Or give the shop a ring tomorrow. So thank you everybody on YouTube. We will be back. I will be back on Thursday evening for our happy hour deal. But the happy hour deal is only in the Facebook group. And failing that, I will see you right here next Monday with a fresh new demo and 3 little new products to show you. Leopard skin, black glitter. It's not that kind of show. So over to Facebook. So good luck everybody on Facebook. The same applies to you. If your name is chosen, you need to just send us a private message with a reminder that you've won the texture stamps with your name and address. So good luck, everybody. I'm scrolling. Scroll. Thank you, Sharon. And my mouse has stopped on Christine Graham. So congratulations, Christine. You've won yourself a little set of these little texture stamps. So thank you very much, everybody. I will see you in the Facebook group on Thursday. You are funny. And let's see what bargains I can come up with you for Thursday. So thanks, everybody. It's lovely to be back. Thank you for keeping everything ticking over whilst I was away. Nice to be back. Would have been nicer to still be in Tenerife, but I'm back. Anyway, so thanks, everybody. Have a lovely rest of the evening. I'm now going to eat before I get delirious. And I will chat to you all in the Facebook group. So thanks, everybody. Bye.